In this video, I'm going to give you a transparent tour of the current condition of my houseplants. Don't judge me, y'all.
Hey plant people, welcome to my channel. I'm Leek and this is Happy Plants Grow, where we discuss all things nature as well as our commitment to growing houseplants, veggies, and herbs with love and lots of learning. Y'all, this is my first YouTube video. So I wanted to do this first video to show you the real current state of my houseplants. I know we all want our plants to be healthy and vibrant, but sometimes they be on the struggle bus. And mine really are right now. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. So I want us to share, learn, get our plants happy and healthy together, okay? So with that said, let's get into the tour.
Starting off with my spider plant. Now it's looking a little droopy. I do use distilled water on it typically. It still does get those burnt tips. I think it's probably the soil. There's my peace lily. Same, I'm getting burnt tips there. I don't use distilled water, so I may switch it and use distilled water for that too and see what happens. It could also be the soil there too. This is my Chinese evergreen. It looks okay. It probably needs new soil and to boost up the nutrients in it. Now coming up is the ficus ginseng. When I first got this plant, all of the leaves fell off except for one. So I used distilled water and over time they came back and it looks pretty decent. So I will continue to do that. Over on my buffet, I have a couple snake plants and the ZZ plant and looks like two pothos over there. So the snake plant is looking pretty decent. The ZZ, other than that dying stem right there, looks pretty decent. I need to cut that off. Let's see, the snake plant, that one's looking a little sad. I'm starting to think when that one has root rot for some reason. I think my soil on that is too loose. Like I feel like I have to water it way too much. Over here we have the neon pothos, which is one of my favorites. That definitely needs repotting. And behind it is a golden pothos sitting up in there with it. That needs to be repotted too. I have a lot of repotting to do, guys. It's insane. On this stand, I have the first ZZ plant I ever bought, and it is actually doing really well. Can't complain about it. I barely water it. It's probably been 2 months, which is probably not good. So I probably should water it. Since it's October, I'll water it. At the bottom here, I have another snake. And with the yellow border, I believe that's called the Laurentii, and that definitely needs to be repotted. You can see I have a lot of stems coming out of it, but it's still doing pretty well. On my wall shelving, this is the original pothos I bought. Any small golden pothos that you see in this video came from cuttings from that original golden pothos, like this one right here. Definitely needs to be repotted, but doing pretty well. Coming up, we have 2 more Chinese evergreens. One's a Aglaonema cutlass and one's a tigress. The tigress is that one that's kind of like falling to the side. He seems to need extra water, and I think he needs to be repotted. I think that is the main thing going on with that one. This is a pothos jade. Now this one flourishes no matter where in the house I put it. It just grows and grows, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so on my stand by the window, I have a mini monstera, which it looks pretty good. The leaves always look like that, but it has grown tremendously, so I can't complain about it. And again, of course, it needs repotting. This is a peperomia, American rubber plant. That one looks pretty good. I don't think it needs to be repotted just yet. Down here, here's a philodendron Birkin, the only Birkin I have. But that looks pretty good. It looks a little droopy, but the leaves are very firm, so it's just growing like that. This is a Pothos Pearls and Jade. Looks pretty decent. The variegation on that is very, very vibrant. And here is a philodendron Moonlight that is not very moonlighty. But I can say this plant is a survivor. I've done a lot of non-watering and it's still found a way to grow. So once I repot it, I think it will do its thing. Y'all, don't judge me. I don't know what this is. So it's a string of bananas that I cut off of my bigger string of bananas, thinking I was gonna do some propagation. Let's ignore this.
If you find this content informative or entertaining, go ahead and hit the like button and share the video. Also, if you're a nature lover like myself and enjoy learning new things and want to contribute your knowledge, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now back to the tour.
Here in the middle windowsill, we have a jade plant. So these are all my succulents. I have a jade plant, a cylindrical snake plant, Cheveria, which always throws flowers, so I think it's very happy where it's sitting. We have a zebra plant, which that could look a little better. It used to look a little better. I probably don't water these as much as I should. Yeah, here's the embarrassing section of the windowsill. You got an empty saucer with something died, and you have an old sweetheart plant that I just completely forgot about. On the table in front of my window, at the bottom, I have a Taneki rubber plant that is doing tremendous. It's like one of my favorite plants. Look at that. It looks like art. Behind that is an old fiddle leaf plant that I thought I could bring back to life. Again, more embarrassment. This was a dragon tree palm sort of thing. Yeah, obviously it's dead. Here are some snake plant that I think I propagated from another snake plant. So they're doing okay. I'm sure they need watering. There is a rubber plant that's doing pretty good. There's an empty pot behind that. Don't ask me what was in it. I don't know. There's my aloe that's doing really bad. Y'all, this aloe should have been repotted 2 years ago. I don't know what I'd be doing, what I'd be thinking. I don't know. I'm gonna repot it though. We gonna get this together. We gonna get these plants happy together. I'll keep saying us. Another empty pot of embarrassment. I shouldn't be showing y'all this. This makes no sense. I'm looking at it like, what was in here? Anyway, at the top of the table here, I have my Marble Queen Pothos. I actually love this plant. I bought one for my mom for her birthday. And it's just so pretty, and it's doing so well. And I probably do, of course, need to repot it, but it is doing very, very well. Here we have the Chinese money plant. This one drops leaves, but then a leaf will just grow right back. So, hey, I think it's doing pretty well. Mini orchid. And I know orchids are supposed to survive after the flowers fall off, so I'm gonna keep watering it and hopefully I can keep it alive. Yeah, don't look too hard at my string of bananas. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. This is a whole mess. But I think I'm gonna make cuttings out of it and actually plant the cuttings instead of putting them in water and see where I get with that. This is a heartleaf philodendron. I'm a little worried about this one because I feel like I'm losing some of the variegation. So I gotta find the right spot in the house for that. This is a philodendron Prince of Orange, and this one's been through some ups and downs. Believe it or not, this this is healthy for this plant right here. So I'm slowly bringing it back to life. Here's another empty pot of nothingness. Don't ask me what was in it because I don't remember. Here's some cuttings from the Pothos Pearls and Jade that I just left in water. This one I got from a relative. I believe it's called an inch plant. I was supposed to repot it, but I left it in water and it seems to be doing well. So I've just been leaving it there. Yeah, there's a dead croton leaf that I caught myself propagating that just died. Why is it even still sitting there? Anyway. And that one I also got from a relative. I think that one's called a spiderwort, something like that. And there's another empty pot, which I think that empty pot goes with this satin pothos. Yeah, I think that's supposed to sit inside of that. This pothos, I've had it for a while. I feel like it should have more growth. So definitely on the repot list. And my string of turtles, believe it or not, this looks good for this plant. Since I've had it, it's looked worse. So it looks good. As long as I keep watering it, it keeps looking good. So this is my Aglaonema red. Not looking that well. I actually think it's root rot. As I speak to you now, since after filming this, I've only got 2 more leaves left. And the leaves are just falling off of it. So I think something's wrong with it. And come spring, I'm probably going to buy a new one because I really, really love that plant. Last but not least is the bird of paradise. I love my bird of paradise. I use distilled water on this and it continues to grow and thrive. Obviously, after filming this, I had to water it because the leaves were a little curly. But as long as I keep watering it, it keeps growing. There's a huge leaf right now growing out of it. So it's doing really, really well.
So, plant people, what did you think of the tour? Are you having some of the same issues that I'm having? Burnt tips, drippiness, lighting issues? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Let's help each other with some of these problems. Also, I know somebody out there counted how many times I said repot. And I know I said it 1,000 times because most of my plants need repotting. And I'm sure some of yours do too. Okay? Well, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!